Welcome back to Becoming Ultimate Masters. Today we're going to really get into something.
Deep.
Yeah, really deep.
A deep dive.
As a deep dive, you got it.
That's right.
Into this question, who am I?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all have, a named family, maybe a favorite hoodie that we wear a little too often.
Right.
But is that really all there is to it?
Well, what if who you are goes way beyond just the surface? And that's what we're exploring in this deep dive, drawing insights from Neale Donald Walsch's Conversations with God.
This book really gets you thinking. It suggests that we're not just our physical bodies or even our thoughts and emotions.
Right.
It's kind of like saying, you're not just your phone, but you're also all the apps that you use, the contacts you have, and the information that you consume.
Exactly. Walsch presents this idea that our bodies and minds are really tools, much like a phone.
Mm-hmm.
They're instruments that we use to navigate this world,
Mm-hmm.
but the real you is something much deeper, something that he calls the soul.
So if we're souls inhabiting these physical forms, what's the point of it all? Why are we here? What's this human experience all about?
Well, Walsh suggests that we're here to discover and express our true nature. Imagine Earth as this giant stage, and we're all actors playing roles.
Okay.
A patch is we've forgotten who we really are behind the masks.
And Earth isn't exactly the easiest stage to perform on, is it?
No, it's not.
With all the challenges and the complexities we face every day, remembering our true selves seems like, a really, really tall order.
It is, and that's why Walsh actually refers to Earth as a tough school. He even shares this really poignant story about looking at the stars and feeling this deep sense of homesickness, almost like he's remembering a connection to something beyond this world.
I felt that too. Gazing at the stars and feeling this longing, like I belong somewhere else, makes you wonder where our souls come from and where they might be going.
Absolutely. And this connects to a profound idea that runs through conversations with God and also many near-death experiences. The interconnectedness of all beings. Think of it like this. We're all like waves in the ocean. Each wave is unique.
Right.
But ultimately, we're all part of the same vast body of water.
That's a beautiful analogy.
It is.
So if we're all part of this larger divine ocean, then who are we truly at our core?
That's the question that we're trying to unravel. What is our essence beyond the roles we play, the bodies we inhabit, the thoughts we think?
Okay, so if we're souls on this journey, what happens when we die? When we reach what we think is maybe the end of this earthly experience?
Well, Walsh's God describes death not as an ending, but as a change of address. It's a transition, a shifting of perspective, a re-identification with our true selves.
So it's like moving from one house to another, maybe upgrading to a place with a better view.
It could be. The soul might choose to reincarnate, to come back to the physical realm and to continue its journey of growth and self-discovery.
It's fascinating to think about death as a continuation rather than a full stop.
It is.
And Walsh points out that this physical realm, with all its ups and downs,
actually helps us to understand our true nature. We need the darkness to appreciate the light, the challenges to recognize our own strength.
Exactly.
That's like, how we appreciate a sunny day even more after experiencing a few rainy ones.
Right.
So if we're these powerful souls capable of shaping our own reality,
Mm-hmm.
why is there so much suffering and chaos in the world? If we have this creative power, why isn't everything more peaceful and joyful?
Walsh actually puts that very question to God. And the answer is pretty thought-provoking. God essentially says, why don't you make the world's problems go away? It's a challenge to us, to humanity, to take responsibility for the reality that we collectively create.
So we're not just meant to sit back and observe. We're meant to be active participants in shaping the world. That's a big responsibility.
It is, and it starts with recognizing our own power,
Yeah.
our own capacity for love,
Right.
kindness, and actions that reflect our true divine nature. And this leads us to another interesting concept, the idea hero.
Idea heroes. Tell me more about them. Walsh describes idea heroes as those who dare to challenge conventional thinking and offer new perspectives. They're the ones who say, hey, there might be another way to see this, another way to live in this world.
Kind of like Galileo.
Right.
He was condemned for saying the earth revolves around the sun. He went against everything that people believed back then. He was a true idea hero.
Exactly. He had the courage to question the status quo. And that's what idea heroes do. They plant these seeds of new possibilities.
Right.
And those seeds can grow into incredible shifts in our understanding. Imagine how many groundbreaking ideas might be out there, just waiting for someone to champion them.
It makes you think about all the unspeakable truths that might be circulating out there.
Yeah.
Ideas that could revolutionize everything from science and spirituality to the very meaning of life.
And perhaps one of those truths resides within you, waiting to be shared. What if your unique perspective, your individual expression of the divine, holds a key to unlocking a brighter future for humanity?
Wow, that's a powerful thought. But let's bring it back down to earth for a moment.
Yeah.
If our thoughts really have the power to shape reality,
Yeah.
what are some practical tools that we can use to harness that power?
Well, Walsh talks about the power of metaphysics.
Okay.
Particularly the power of focused thought and positive energy. He even offers like a short course in manifestation in his book, The God Solution.
So this isn't just wishful thinking. There's a real science to this.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the energetic principles of the universe and learning how to align ourselves with them.
And gratitude plays a big role, right? I remember him emphasizing the power of gratitude in advance,
Yes.
thanking the universe as if what we desire has already happened.
Yes. It's about shifting our energy from lack to abundance,
Right.
from doubt to belief. It's about trusting in the unseen forces that are working in our favor.
It's like that saying, what you focus on expands.
Huh.
If we constantly dwell on negativity and fear and lack, well, that's what we attract into our lives. But if we choose to focus on gratitude, love, and possibility, that's where our energy flows.
Precisely. It's about making a conscious choice to align ourselves with the highest, most loving, most abundant aspects of ourselves in the universe.
This has been incredibly insightful. I've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
From the nature of the soul to the power of idea heroes and the role of gratitude in shaping our reality.
Indeed. And this is just the beginning of our exploration. We've only just scratched the surface of this profound question, who am I? There's so much more to uncover. It's like we're peeling back the layers of an onion, revealing more and more depth as we go.
Right.
And speaking of layers, let's dive a little deeper into this idea of the soul inhabiting a physical body. What do you think from your own experience is the relationship between the soul and the physical world?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It makes me think about those moments when I feel deeply connected to something larger than myself.
Right.
Whether it's through nature, music, or even in just a deep conversation. It's like my soul is recognizing its connection to something beyond the physical realm.
And those moments can be so powerful, can't they? Walsh talks about how the soul uses the physical world as a way to learn and grow and express its true nature.
Okay.
It's like we're here to master a certain set of skills, and Earth is our training ground.
So what kind of skills are we talking about here? What's the soul's curriculum, so to speak?
Well, Walsh suggests that we're here to learn about love,
Mhm.
compassion, forgiveness, and ultimately to remember our divine nature.
Right.
He even calls Earth a tough school because the lessons can be challenging, but ultimately they lead to profound growth.
It's like we're enrolled in this cosmic university, and the classes are all about expanding our consciousness and evolving as spiritual beings.
Exactly. And think about it this way. Every experience we have,
Yeah.
every challenge we overcome,
Right.
every act of kindness that we offer contributes to our soul's evolution.
That's a beautiful way to look at it.
It is.
It makes even the difficult experiences feel more meaningful, like they're serving a higher purpose.
Yeah.
Speaking of challenges,
Yeah.
let's revisit this idea of idea heroes.
Okay.
Why do you think it's so important for individuals to challenge the status quo, to question the prevailing beliefs of their time?
I think it's essential because it's how we grow as a society.
Right.
If no one ever questioned the way things were, we'd still be stuck in the dark ages.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively. Idea heroes are the ones who push us forward, who help us evolve our understanding of the world and ourselves.
Exactly. And Walsh emphasizes that, idea heroes aren't always celebrated in their own time.
Right.
They often face resistance, ridicule, and even persecution for daring to challenge the established norms.
Yeah, it's like they're shining a light into the darkness.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes that light can be blinding to those who are accustomed to the shadows.
Think about Galileo again, condemned by the church for proposing that the earth revolves around the sun. It took centuries for his ideas to be widely accepted.
It did, and that's the thing about truth, isn't it?
Yeah.
It often takes time to emerge, to be recognized and embraced.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important for us to be discerning,
Right.
to question what we're told, and to be open to new perspectives, even if they seem radical or unconventional.
Absolutely.
So how do we cultivate that discernment that ability to distinguish between truth and falsehood?
Well, Walsh suggests that we need to learn to listen to our inner voice, our
Okay.
intuition, our connection to the divine. He calls it tuning in to the right frequency. It's about quieting the noise of the world and paying attention to that still small voice within.
It's like tuning a radio to find the station that resonates with your soul.
Exactly. And the more we practice listening to that inner voice, the more we can trust our own discernment and make choices that are aligned with our true nature.
So if we're all connected to this divine source, this universal consciousness, does that mean we all have the potential to be idea heroes?
Absolutely. Walsh believes that each of us has a unique role to play in the evolution of humanity. He says that we're all here to express our individual gifts and talents in a way that contributes to the greater good.
That's empowering.
It is.
It means that each of us has the power to make a difference,
Right.
to create positive change in the world.
And that change can start with something as simple as a kind word, a helping hand, or choosing to see the good in others.
It's about recognizing the divinity within ourselves and everyone we encounter.
Exactly. And remember, becoming an idea hero doesn't always require grand gestures or public pronouncements.
Right.
Sometimes the most profound acts of heroism are the quiet, everyday choices we make to live in alignment with our values.
So as we delve further into this exploration of who am I, how can our listeners start to identify their own unique role in this grand cosmic play?
I would say it starts with self-reflection. Ask yourself, what are my passions?
Right.
What gifts do I have to offer the world? What injustices break my heart?
These are great questions to ponder, and maybe, just maybe, the answers will reveal the path to becoming the idea hero you were meant to be.
It's like we're each holding a piece of the puzzle, and when we come together and share our unique perspectives,
Right.
we start to see the bigger picture.
That's a great analogy. But sometimes it can feel overwhelming, like
Yeah.
our individual efforts are just a drop in the ocean. How do we stay motivated when the challenges seem so vast?
Well, Walsh reminds us that even small acts of kindness and love
Right.
can have a ripple effect. He encourages us to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts, words, and actions, and to trust that the universe will amplify our efforts.
So it's not about trying to single-handedly solve all the world's problems,
No.
but rather focusing on being the best version of ourselves
Yes.
and letting our positive energy radiate outwards.
Exactly. And this ties back to the idea of metaphysics that we discussed earlier. Walsh suggests that our thoughts and beliefs literally shape our reality.
Okay.
He encourages us to become more conscious creators, using the power of our minds to manifest a more loving and harmonious world.
So if I'm understanding this correctly,
Yeah.
it's not just about positive thinking. It's
Yeah.
about understanding the energetic principles of the universe
Right.
and aligning ourselves with them.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that we are not separate from the creative force of the universe,
Right.
but rather we are an integral part of it.
Yeah.
And when we tap into that power, we can literally co-create our reality.
Wow, that's incredibly empowering.
It is.
But how do we actually do that? How do we harness this creative power?
Well, Walsh offers some practical tools in his book, The God Solution.
Okay.
He emphasizes the importance of focused thought, positive energy, and especially gratitude.
Right.
He even suggests practicing gratitude in advance, thanking the universe for what we desire, as if it has already manifested.
So it's like expressing gratitude for the dream job before even getting the interview.
Exactly. It's about shifting our energy from lack to abundance, from doubt to belief. It's about trusting that the universe is conspiring to support us in achieving our dreams.
This all sounds incredible, but I have to admit,
Yeah.
it can be challenging to maintain that level of positivity and belief.
Right.
Especially when life throws curveballs our way.
Mm-hmm.
How do we stay connected to that sense of hope and possibility when things get tough?
Well, Walsh emphasizes the importance of self-love and self-compassion.
Okay.
He reminds us that we are all on a journey,
Yeah.
and it's okay to make mistakes, to stumble and fall.
Great.
The key is to learn from our experiences and to keep moving forward with love and forgiveness in our hearts.
So it's not about being perfect, but rather about embracing our imperfections
Right.
and using them as opportunities for growth.
Exactly. And remember, we're not alone in this journey. We have each other, and we have the unwavering support of the universe.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the question of who am I? We've explored the nature of the soul, the power of idea heroes, the importance of taking responsibility for our reality, and the incredible potential we all have to create a more loving and harmonious world.
And remember, this is just the beginning of your exploration.
Right.
Conversations with God is filled with even more profound insights and practical tools for self-discovery.
If you want to learn more about Neale Donald Walsch and his work, be sure to check out his books.
And if you're feeling inspired to delve deeper into your own self-discovery, we encourage you to visit www.ultimatemasters.org coaching or WhatsApp plus 256-777-132-4119. We're here to support you on your journey.
Thanks for tuning in to the Becoming Ultimate Masters podcast. Don't forget to check daily for new episodes, and be sure to share this one with others who might be blessed with this information. Until next time, keep seeking, keep growing, keep becoming the ultimate master of your own life.